Hello friends, welcome to Nike's Education YouTube channel. Welcome to Nike's Education's Financial Management series. So in this today's video, I will be explaining how to calculate cost of equity, especially based on how to calculate the cost of equity based on the historical dividend. You can see the formula here. The formula for calculation of cost of equity based on the historical dividend or the dividend growth rate is dt divided by p naught plus g, where dt or d1, sometimes it is called as d1, is current dividend or the most recent dividend, and p naught is the current market price of the share which is available in NSE or BSE, and the G is the growth rate in the dividend. So here we have to collect the historical dividend maybe for last 10 or 15 years, and then we have to calculate what is the growth rate in that dividend, and then we can easily substitute the other values, for example dividend, most recent dividend or the last year's dividend, and then the price easily available in the stock market. So with these three inputs we can calculate the cost of equity based on the historical dividend or the dividend capitalization approach. So let us do this with a practical example. So for this video I will be using the dividend data of one of the prominent dividend payer in Indian stock market, that is the Vedanta Ltd. Okay, so let me explain how to first how to get the dividend history or historical dividend, and then second how to calculate the growth rate in the dividend, and then finally how to calculate the cost of equity based on these three inputs. So let's start. Let me take you to the dividend history. So from where we get the dividend data. So dividend data can be obtained easily from Yahoo Finance. So you have to go to finance.yahoo.com. Here you type, if you know the company's name. So I know how it is here in Yahoo Finance, VEDL. So VEDL is Vedanta Limited. So VEDL.NS means NSE listed Vedanta, and VEDL.BO means Vedanta Limited listed in BSE. So either of these you can select. So let me click on Vedanta listed in VEDL, I mean NSE. So here is the stock price 267.8, which is required for us for the calculation. P naught is 267.8 or approximately 268. And now where is the dividend data? Dividend data is under historical data. So you can click on historical data, and now you can see here this is historical share prices of last 1 year. So instead of share prices we can just change it to dividends, and you can change the number of years. You can make it max from 1996 to 2024, and you can click on apply. So this is the dividend data. Now you can download this dividend details. This is the historical dividend. Just to download this, it will be downloaded into an Excel, and you can use it for the calculation. So let me open this. Okay, this is the historical dividend of the company from 1998 to 2023. So I will not be using all the dividends. I will be using only last 10 years dividend. So from 2014 onwards I will be using the dividends. So let me copy this dividend details to a nearby columns here, and then let me also copy the dates. So now I have only 10 years of dividend, but I have in each year there are two dividend values. That means the company has paid the dividends more than once in a year. So what we have to do, let us calculate the annualized dividend, I mean the yearly dividend. So let me make another column of year and then dividends. So here, as I started with the 2014, let me complete up to 2023, and then let's see what is the dividend, annualized dividend. So in the first year 2014, there are 2 times, so you can add up them together, so that will give you the total dividend of that year. Similarly, for 2015 also, there are 2 years of dividend, I mean 2 times of the 2 times dividend has been paid. So I'm adding all of them. So you have to do this process for all the 10 years. So let me do it. For some years you may have only 1 year dividend. So if you have that, you just to take it. If you have 2 or more, then you can add them. Okay, it is done now. So the annual dividend of the company is ready. Now let us calculate what is the growth factor or what is the growth rate of this dividend over the last 10 years. Okay, so we can simply calculate, there are many methods to calculate the growth. Let me calculate by using one method, that is the growth factor. Growth factor is nothing but the last dividend divided by the first dividend. So over the years, how many, to what extent it has grown. So the growth factor is this 17.85 growth factor. Okay, but this is not the growth rate. We have to calculate growth rate based on this growth factor. So for this, what we have to do is we have to refer the compound value table or the future value interest factor table. Okay, so where it is available? It is available at the end of all the financial management textbooks. So I have downloaded a table here. So this is the future value tables, but the ready-made tables are having some limitations. That is the percentage is available only for maybe 15% or 30% max. So if the growth rate is more than 30%, it is very difficult to check in the ready-made available tables. In that case, you have to prepare a table in Excel itself. So let us see where is this 17.85 in the table. Okay, so at what percentage, so this is the percentage column, at what percentage you will find that value 17.85. At the same time, the number of years is also important. So what is the number of years here? So see here, there are total 10 years. So that means we are not taking all the 10 years. That is the growth over the years. So first year to second year to third year to fourth year. So that in total there are 9 years. So, or in other words, n minus 1. So here number of years is n minus 1. So n is 10 minus 1. So total 9 years. So we have to see the ninth year row. So ninth year row where that 17.86 or 18 is there. So that is the growth factor. So up to 15% it is not there. Up to 15% it is 3.51 only. So what we have to do, we cannot rely on that ready-made tables. So we have to prepare a table, future value table. So let me prepare that in Excel. So it's very simple. So you can have in one column as year and the other column as percentage. So you can start with 5%, okay, or any percentage for that matter. So next 5, that is the previous percentage, plus some percentage you go on adding. So I'm adding 1% for all the remaining cells. So let me drag it up to some 26% or 25% rather. Now let me calculate the future value factor for year 9. Okay, so this should be here. year 9. Why 9? Because it is n minus 1. So 10 minus 1 means 9. So for 9th year, for these different percentages, what is the compound value factor or the future value factor? So is equal to, future value factor is 1 plus r. R is the rate here, and then to the power n. N is 9. So 9 should be constant for all the remaining cells. So I have to freeze it by putting dollar signs, and row should be constant. So before a row, before row I have to put a dollar sign. Okay, so before the row, in front of row number, I have to put a dollar sign. So now I can drag this up to the last percentage. So even if I drag up to 25%, the factor is 7.45 only. So that is not sufficient. Our percentage is our growth factor is 17.85 or approximately 18. So what we have to do, we have to change the percentage. So let me change it here. Let me make it 25, or let me start from 25. So all the remaining numbers will change automatically. So now let's see where is that 17 or 18. So at 37% it is 17, and at 38% it is 18.15. So if it is made round figure, it is 17.85 means it is 18. So let us safely take as 38% as the growth rate. So growth rate is 38%. Growth rate is 38%. Growth rate is 38%. Okay, done. Now let us calculate the cost of equity. For that we need the dividend, most recent dividend or D1. D1 is 62.5. that is here, total dividend of last year 62.5, and the share price P0 is we just saw in money control, it is 268 approximately 268, and growth factor we got 38%. Now you can calculate the cost of equity as is equal to dividend of the most recent divided by the price and the growth rate. Growth rate is 38%. So this is the cost of equity, not percentage. So 0.61 is the cost of equity, or 61% is the cost of equity for this particular company. Okay, so the cost of equity for this company is 0.61 or 61%. Okay, so this is based on the historical dividend of last 10 years. So this is how to calculate the cost of equity based on the historical dividend. So you can use this for the purpose of cost of equity calculation. So with this I'll stop here. Thank you for watching.